Hello, hello to you and you. It's me, it's me. Well, it's not Ernest T. It's Two Sheds, Gabby. I am going to get into these nickels today. I had a lot of fun a few days ago getting all those 2024 Ps, and man, I'd like to find a few more of those, but I'm hoping to get a silver this time. I miss them. I used to average about one per box. I have not been doing that lately, and man, I really hope to get another one. But anyway, we're going to get into this box and see what we do get. And hopefully there'll be some stuff in it to make it a fun box. Let's get at it. First row, I found a 1952 Philadelphia. They made like 60 something million of them. The D is the one you want. They made like 30 something million of them. But let's just hope that we keep getting some old stuff and maybe some 2024s. In the fifth row here, I come to a 1948, but it's pretty beat up around the edges. The S is the one that you want. It has the lowest mintage, and then the D, and then the Philadelphia. None of them have over 100 million. This one is the D. Okay. I believe that's kind of like 40 million of that one, but it's pretty rough, though. We'll put it over there. So, we've been talking a lot about the penny with all that's going on. And a gentleman wrote to me from Canada just a little while ago, and I thanked him. He said that, they got rid of their penny in 2012, and that you round up or down. If the sale ends in 2 cents, you round down. If it ends in 3 cents, you round up. He says it's really not a problem. There's a 46. Too bad it's not a 45. Alrighty. And it's Philadelphia. And he said that even after all these years, he says he still gets pennies on a regular basis at the banks at face value. So he said he's still hoarding, like always. And so that's pretty cool. And so there's a real good chance that that's what's going to happen here. There's just so many pennies out there. And they're just going to be out there for a long time. Hey, the sixth row, guys, look at this. I think that says 1927, but I'm not positive. Well, it's just hard to say. I believe that's what that says. Let's see if there's a mint mark showing. I don't see one. But it's still fun to find these, no matter what. 1927, I'm pretty sure that's what that says. Very cool. Oh, I used up my last Two Sheds Gabby penny today. I gave one out to somebody, and so I made me almost a full row full of them today. And I'll put some of these in circulation. I keep a few around here just to give a few people on different occasions. And when people order multiple mats from me, I give them one. Just fun stuff. I know it don't mean a whole lot, but I have fun with it. And a few people get a kick out of it. So, and I'm still hoping somebody will get one in change and they'll tell me about it. That, to me, that's what'll be the most fun. And it'd be really neat if it was like in another state somewhere. I met with somebody up today about an hour from here, up on the Ohio River. Oh my goodness, it's flooded. It's awful up there. Well, it's awful all along the river. There was some terrible flooding here a few days ago. But the Kentucky River, in Carrollton, Kentucky, the Kentucky River comes into the Ohio River. Oh my goodness, it is really flooded. I got a couple of pictures. I'll show you here. Pretty wild. What do you think? Is this a 1974 worth keeping? That's in mighty good shape there. Well, I guess a little over half of the steps. It's not full steps. It's in pretty good shape. Philadelphia. I don't know. I may have to stick that one aside. A couple of dents right there, unfortunately. I'm going to break away here in a minute and grab a bite to eat and hang out with my wife a little bit, and then come back to it after a while. You won't miss a bit of the action. I won't put it all on hold. We'll just stop it and then pick right back up. Right at the end of the 8th row, and here's another 1948 Philadelphia. That's 3 from the 40s there. Well, hey guys, this is the 9th row, and I come to another Buffalo nickel, and this one I can see clearly is a D. I said I can see it clearly, then I hesitated. So I hope that means that there's a year that we can see on the front. That'd be cool. Oh, yeah. 1938. Very nice. Very nice. That's 2 of them already in this box. Well, that's pretty dandy there. All right. This is the 9th row, and I haven't seen any 24s, so I'm guessing that this box... Oh, this is a 1940. This box did not come from the box that the last one did, that had the 22, was it? 2024s. Anyway, here's a 1940 Philadelphia. Very cool. So I just took my mom a little while ago some shredded barbecue pork that we had from the day before. And while I was over there, she wanted me to try her dessert she made. And it's a triple layer Jello gelatin. But one of the layers is pastel. And the way she made it pastel is she put mayonnaise in it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. I just had my wife try it, and she wasn't grossed out by it or nothing. So she sent a little bit home for me and my wife. It's just hard to imagine eating Jello gelatin with mayonnaise in it, but I don't think there was a lot, and I think it was mainly just to give it that pastel color. I am back from hanging out with my wife for a while, and look at this. Well, the date's long gone, but still, that's pretty cool. 3 of them already in this box. Looks like this one did not have a mint mark. Pretty worn, this guy is. We make our own pickled eggs here, and I had a few pickled eggs. I like them. My wife doesn't like them. I like them. She can eat the sour cream. Come on. Now I'm in the 17th row, and here is a 1946 again. This one is Philadelphia. I also found a 52D, I believe. Nope, Philadelphia as well. A few rows back. So my guessing is that the penny will be gone as far as stopping production, and the nickel, they'll change the composition to, I'll say probably steel is going to be my guess. You know, it may take a few years for this to happen, but that's what I think will happen. And I've been proven wrong before. We'll just have to see how this plays out. I just can't see, you know, it just doesn't make sense to leave things the way they are. It doesn't work. Why keep paying for something that's costing so much? Very next row, here's a 1947. The D and S has lower mintage than the Philadelphia. Oh, cool, the D. Well, that's neat. 47D. Of course, if I'm right, I'm not saying I am. If I'm right, that is going to be kind of like, when they turned the penny to zinc, that started the hoarding, and it's going to be the same thing. People are going to start really clamoring for these nickels that are made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. And that'll be interesting. So us folks that's already doing it will have a jump on the others. We could say, yeah, we know. We knew it was going to happen. Had to happen. Come on, 2024. And the next row, this is the 19th row. I find another 48. In this one, we want the S or the D. The P, again, is the highest mintage. And this one is the P. The highest, it's like 80 million, something like that. Yeah, I'll kick up my hoarding of the nickel for sure when and if that happens. Right now, it's just the older ones, but I will definitely step my game up when that happens. There's a 52 right there. 52, is that Philadelphia? Yeah, 52 Philly. Another 52. Well, I'm now in the 22nd row, and look at that. Number 4. Number 4, I hope this one has a date. It does! 19th, oh, is there a mint mark? No. 1930. That's really cool. Wow. Let me see here. Looks like they made 22 million of this guy. That's awesome. Indian head number 4. Is that cool? Wow. Well, we might as well go for 5. That's really neat. That might be a record on those for me. My wife and I are just itching for spring to get here. There's a 56D. Cool. When we got, we moved here last year, and it was just crazy trying to get this house emptied and fixed up, getting our house fixed up and empty and sold and getting moved in here. Just all unexpected. It was just all unexpected. And so our 2 big sheds out there are just pretty packed full of stuff and not really organized. And we're just biting at the bit to want to get out there and get them all organized. And there's stuff in the house that should probably be in the shed, but there's just, it's already piled up. I have stuff, I sell out of there, and it's just a mess. So when I sell something, I'm climbing around. And so just looking forward to a little drier weather and a little warmer weather so we can probably practically gut the sheds and start putting them back organized. In the 24th row, I find a 1939, but somebody's painted on it. That's a shame. It is Philadelphia. Still kind of cool. My grandfather bought this small farm here, a dozen acres or so, back in the 30s, I believe it was. And behind this house that I'm in right now was an old barn. And my grandfather converted that barn into his house. And then from there, as his kids were growing up, he started building houses all around it. Well, after my grandparents had passed and several family members had moved away, a few of them still lived here, and they decided to sell off the rest of the property, including the property that the old barn house was on. I'll tell you more in a minute. Now, the first row in the second half here is another 48. We are looking for the S as the semi-key date. Only had 11 million made. It is the Philadelphia. So anyway, after they had decided to sell off most of the property except for the family members who still had homes, and all those homes had already been deeded out and that sort of thing. So the rest of the property they sold to a developer, and they put patio homes in. And so right behind me now is patio homes where the old house used to be, and they go on back a ways. And so there's a big privacy fence between my backyard and the patio homes. And then there's just a picket fence between me and my mom's house. But there's also, my mom has a garage, and I've got the 3 sheds in between us. And so on the other side of the side yard, I'm going to put another privacy fence to kind of block us into the backyard so that we can have more privacy and hang out and that sort of thing. The 9th roll in the second half, Buffalo nickel number 5 in this box. Golly. Is there a date? Oh, what does that say? I'm not sure. 29? 29 maybe? Wow. 5 in this box, guys. That is really neat. Behind the barn house that my grandfather converted was a driveway that went behind the house and then down a little ways into a 4-car garage. It had a gravel floor, but it was 4-car garage, and there was a doorway at the left end that had a storage area around it, and then the stairs went up to what my grandfather called the penthouse. And it was just 3 big rooms, kind of a shotgun style. And he would go there if he was frustrated or if he had argued with his wife or whatever. And oh my goodness, myself and my cousin who lived here in the house that I live in now, he lives in Florida now, we would just have a blast up there, playing and goofing off. Oh my God, running around and acting crazy as kids. We just loved it up there. Going to the penthouse. Number 6, folks. Buffalo nickel number 6. This must be a minor dump. Oh man. Oh, this is a 1946 right there. Oh, what does that say? I think it says 25. Wow. No mint mark, 1925. How about that? 35 million of them. Man, that is amazing. 6 of them. 1946. Philadelphia. Wow. Man, oh man. That's really, really cool. Now with just 9 rows to go after this row, Here is the 55. The Philadelphia only had 8 million made. This is the Denver. I think it had like 70 million. That would have been nice, but that's okay. Well, I hope we find another Buffalo. Wouldn't that be neat? Oh, there's a 39. Oh, Philadelphia. Wow, cool. Wow, that's a 52. I think the D only had like 13. That's a D? Let me check that. 52D. Only 30 million of that one made. It's not very many. Cool. No 2024s so far. There's a 58. Oh, one of those is low mintage. Yeah. The Philadelphia only had like 18 million. Oh, this is the Philadelphia. That's low mintage. 18 million, folks. That's really low. That's cool. Wow. Pretty fascinating box, in my opinion. Will I ever see another silver, though? And now the next row. There's 7 rows to go left in the game. I guess it's a game in the box. About halfway through the last row, we had a dot. This is a 1954. This year they had a P, D, and S, and the S is the lowest mintage. And is that an S? Come on. I believe that is an S. Well, how about that? 29 million. Man, there's some pretty low mintage coins in this box. In that last row, well, not the last one with the dot, but the one before that, it had like 4 or 5 of the old nickels in the same row. I didn't even think of that as I was going through them. On the same farm here, when I was a kid, just to the side of this house I'm in now, it was the little gravel road that went back to all the other houses back there. There were several of them. It went down, I don't know, a 10th of a mile, if that. It went past the barn house and then another house and then a couple houses on the right. And then there's a little 90-degree turn. And then it went downhill a little to 2 more houses down at the bottom on the left. But on the right, there was a big field that my father and I and my brother sometimes would grow a huge garden. We had to have a tractor back there to get it all plowed up. It was so big. Some years there'd be so much left over that I would take it to the market and sell it. My dad would let me make a few bucks doing that. That was when I was about 16 or 17. And behind that field that we grew that was a 2 or 3 acre woods or something like that. And me and my cousin and a few friends would take our rakes and rake all in and around and make bike trails. Had a blast. Well, folks, I had a real dry spell. This is the last row because all those last, 8 rows, whatever, didn't have a thing. So this is the last row. We'll see if anything shows up. It sure would be nice for something to pop its head out here. I wish they'd just stand up there. Well, nothing happening, is it? Oh, there's a 46. Philadelphia. Almost to the end of the row. Not a single 24. That's it. Well, we got a dot and 6 buffalo nickels in one box. A couple of them have a couple of nice dates on them. That's really neat. And we got a couple of low mintage old coins too. This is the first one that I put the nickel date on, and it's in 1917. Wow. Philadelphia, I guess. That's really cool. 1917. So we've got 1917, 1925, 1925, 1927, 1929, 1930, and 1938. Pretty good for one box haul. Well, I believe that's going to be it for this box, guys. I appreciate you watching. Give me some comments. What do you think? Have you gotten 6 before? Is that not all that uncommon? It's uncommon for me. Y'all have a good one.